I didn't even like the fact that you recorded me. I wasn't told I was being recorded.
What's going on, guys? So I just want to give you guys another quick update. I recently got another call from Enbridge. They just wanted to do like an interview with me and ask me some questions about what happened. So I gave them all the details, and they called me back a week later after that interview, and they didn't really have much answers for me. They basically just said that from this point forward, they're going to be performing an internal investigation, and that there's certain laws that they have to abide by. Basically, they have like agreements that they put in place with this company, and they have to follow those agreements. And they were really vague with their statements. They didn't really tell me much of what happened. There were a couple of people that reached out to me after I made that video that told me that they were also in the same kind of scenario, that they had contracts that were forged and documents that were forged. And I basically told Enbridge that there's also these other cases of this happening to other people, so this isn't really an isolated incident. So I don't understand why you guys don't have enough evidence to go forward and completely remove this company from your billing. But again, they just said that there were legal agreements that they had to abide by, and due to privacy reasons, they really couldn't talk much more about it. And from that point forward, they were just going to perform the investigation internally, and I wouldn't have to do nothing more from my end. And to me, it really just sounded like they're not going to do anything and business is just going to continue as usual. So unfortunately, I don't think it really got anywhere. I don't think anything's really going to change. But on the bright side, starting March 1st, which is really soon, it's February 28 right now. I don't know when this video is going to get released, but starting March 1st, door-to-door sales in Ontario is going to be banned anyways. So at least we won't have to worry about door-to-door scams anymore. So moving on, a couple of you guys asked me how I recorded those secret videos. So I figured why not make a video of how I took those secret recordings. So in this video, I just want to talk about the 3 different things that I use to secretly record interactions that take place. One of them is a hidden camera, which I used when they came over to the house.
What was the reason for someone just coming to your home and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a water filter for free"?
Because they want to scam people, obviously. I want to show you guys how I set up that hidden camera. The second one I'm going to show you is how I recorded those phone calls.
I didn't even like the fact that you recorded me. I wasn't told I was being recorded.
And the third one I'm going to show you guys is how to secretly record with your phone. So basically your phone will just look like it's not even on, but it's actually recording. So I'm going to show you guys how to do all that kind of cool stuff. So starting with the first one, so the hidden camera, what I actually did with that was I had a product box and I kind of disguised it as just a box. Basically, it was in the room. It just looked like it was a cookie box that was just sitting there, but really inside of that box was a camera. I feel like the best way to have a hidden camera is to basically disguise the camera as something in the room that's already supposed to be there, so that way they really don't suspect that it's even there. In this case, I'm going to use this tissue box. This really isn't the best thing to use, because what you really want to do is you want to have the outside of the box the same color as the camera. And in my case, the camera that I'm going to be using is black. So you'd want like the outside of the box to basically be the same color as the camera, so that way you can't really see it. But I couldn't really find anything, so I'm just going to use this tissue box. So the first step that you have to do is you have to take the box apart carefully, because you don't want to rip it. So just carefully tear it apart. There we go. So now that it's apart, you're going to decide which side you want the camera to be on. So since the box is standing this way, I'm gonna choose to put it on this side. Oh, sorry, I forgot what you're gonna need to freaking do this. So to do this, you're gonna need a couple things. You're gonna need your camera, preferably like a phone. You're gonna need like a really cheap phone case, preferably those really cheap plastic ones that are like around $5 to $10 that bend really well. You're gonna need box cutters, and you're gonna need a glue gun. So I already got all that stuff here. Like I said, first step is to take apart your box. Second step after you do that is you're gonna take the phone case that you're gonna glue onto the box. You're kind of just gonna place it in the middle, see where you want to put it, and then of course you want to also line it up with the part that's gonna camouflage it the most. So if you have like a black area on the back of the box that you're gluing it to, preferably you want to put it there. Next, you need a pen, which I actually forgot. So yeah, you actually need like a pen or pencil, and what you're gonna do basically is you're gonna trace out the hole for the camera. So you're just gonna go around the phone case and you're gonna trace the hole for the camera, kind of like that. And then if you want to be like really precise, you can measure it out and see exactly where the camera is in proportion to that hole. But I'm just gonna estimate. So look, it's gonna look something like that. Basically what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to cut that hole with your X-Acto knife or your box cutter. And you're gonna want to pop that out. So then you'll have like a little small hole So what you're going to want to do next is just kind of place your phone over the hole just to see if you could see through the hole, if you made it big enough. Just check. So it looks like I made the hole big enough. After that, just take off your phone. You're going to want to glue it onto the box. Let's do it before it dries up. Got the glue on there. All right, and then after that's done, basically you just glue the box back together exactly the way it was before. Sweet, now it's all glued together. Yeah, so basically that's all you pretty much have to do at this point. Before you start the hidden camera recording, just go to video, just start recording on your phone, and then you're gonna place the phone inside of the box. Boom, look at that. You can like face it towards you. Here's what it looks like. So as you can tell, like you can actually kind of sort of see the hole there, but trust me, if this box was black, you would not be able to see that. And especially if you're not even looking for it, like what are the odds that you're gonna see that really small hole inside of this box? Like even this, even though it's not camouflaged, I probably wouldn't be able to tell that it's even there. So that's pretty much how I set up this hidden camera. I did it with like a cookie box. It wasn't this box, but that's kind of how you can do it. Another option that you have is to take a battery charger and place it inside of the box and hook it up to the phone. That way you know that your phone isn't gonna run out of battery. Also, by adding the battery pack to the box, it also weighs it down, so it has less of a chance of tipping over. This box has a pretty low center of gravity, so it's probably not going to happen anyways, but if you do use a taller box, it does have a higher chance of tipping over, so you do want to add some weight to the bottom of that. All right, so the second part I wanted to talk about is how I recorded those phone calls that were in the video. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. Probably the most basic and easiest one is you can use two phones, or like one phone and one recording device. So basically you can just call whoever you're trying to call. You could place the phone on speakerphone, and then you can use the recording device, which is either your laptop or another phone or some other kind of microphone that records, to record the audio coming from the speakerphone. So that's a really easy option. But the app that I used to record those phone calls was this app called Bria. Now, just to let you guys know ahead of time, this app isn't free. It costs like $13 a year. There's also an option for a monthly cost, which is I think $1.29 per month. And then you also have to buy a voice over IP line. So I use this website called freePhoneline.ca. You could buy a VoIP unlock code for, so you could buy a VoIP unlock code for $79.99. That's a one-time fee. So it's really easy to use. So this is the app here. It's called Bria. Who should I call? I don't really know who to call, so I'm just going to call Apple. And then basically it calls it. So once the call goes through, all I have to do is press this button over here, the three dots, and then I hit start audio recording. And then you can see on the screen it says that it's recording, and that's pretty much it. At this point, the call's recording. From there, I can go to my recent phone calls, and then there's a option here that says listen to call recording. So all I do is I hit that, and then I choose what I want to play it with. I don't know, for some reason it's not working. I think the reason why it's not working is because I'm using a screen recorder right now. So because I'm recording the screen, it's not letting me play the voice message back, but believe me, it works. So you can listen to the call recording here. It also saves a copy of the file onto your Android. So you can use like an application to transfer it to your computer if you ever need to get access to it, or you can just leave it on your phone. So yeah, that's pretty much how I recorded the phone calls that were inside of that video. So let's move on to the last and final thing of how to basically record with your phone without anybody even knowing that it's recording. And I think this is really useful for a lot of scenarios. I don't know if I'll ever use these scenarios, but I do see a lot of videos on the internet of like cops doing really sketchy things that they shouldn't probably be doing. I mean, if there's like an option on your phone that you can kind of press with one button and it's recording and nobody even knows that it's recording, it's really helpful for that kind of stuff. Anytime that you're in like a negotiation, I know a lot of people go to get their cars repaired, and a lot of those sales guys tell you things that are wrong with your car that aren't actually wrong with your car, and they try to basically extort as much money from you as they can. So for those kinds of scenarios, I feel like it's really helpful to have this kind of app on your phone. And then if you're also going to use this app, I do recommend that you get like an iRing, like one of these rings on your phone. That way you can kind of hold on to it like this. You could also just like, if it's like recording, you can choose to record from your front camera or your back camera. So you can actually be holding it like this. I know it's kind of weird holding it like that, but you can have it recording from its screen like that and nobody would even know. The other reason why is because you could place it on a desk like this, and then it's also recording and nobody knows about it. So there's a lot of useful scenarios where this iRing would come in helpful if you're doing that kind of secret recording with your phone. So anyways, onto the app that you're supposed to use. It's this app called Secret Video Recorder. It's a free app on the Android Play Store, and unfortunately it's only for Android that I know of. I don't think you can get it for the iPhone. There's probably like a jailbroken version that does something similar, but the one that I use is the one that's on Android, and it's like a really awesome app. Here is what the app looks like. The weird part is this app, you wouldn't even be able to tell that I have it on my phone because it's so customizable. You can make it look like anything you want. So in my scenario, it's actually this app that says CPU monitor, but it's not actually a CPU monitor. So if you click that, it actually goes into the settings of this app, which has all the different options that you can pick from. Basically, there's just a bunch of settings in here that you don't really have to worry about, but it's like super customizable. So as you can see over here in shortcut settings, you can like change this. So you can change like this app to look like navigation, and then the shortcuts for recording from the front and the back camera, you could even customize those if you want. So you can like make this into a completely different icon if you want. You can make it say completely different text. You can like disguise it as a different app. And let me just show you guys how it works really quick. Okay, so it's not actually working, and the reason why I think it's not working is because, again, I have that screen recorder on. So I'm just gonna turn that screen recorder off for a second. So all you have to do is have the widgets on your home screen. And then, so this one is for the back camera. So if I click that, right now it's already recording for the back camera. And you can even just turn off your phone if you wanted to. So like right now it's off. And yeah, basically nobody would even know that it's recording at this point in time. The only reason why I know it's recording is because I felt the vibration. And then if you look on my notification bar here, there's this section here that says clean RAM. It's not actually to clean the RAM. What that message actually means is right now it's recording, and if I press this button, it is going to stop the recording and save a copy of that file onto my phone. So that's basically what I just did right now. Alternatively, you can also hit the front-facing camera. So I'm going to do that right here. Again, I felt that vibration, and as you can see, there's that little Android icon at the top, which you can customize again to be whatever you want. And it says clean RAM, but really that's all that does is it stops the recording. So once again, that app is completely free. I personally bought the ad-free version. I don't remember how much it cost, but I paid for it just because I really like the developer and I wanted to support him. I don't really do that for a lot of things, but in this case I did want to because he listened to my suggestion on the Play Store. So gotta give him his props for that. But the app works completely without even paying for the ad-free version. The free version is just as good as the paid version. There's really no difference besides the ads that you don't really have to see that much. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So yeah, I went over those 3 things, which is the first one is how to secretly put hidden cameras around your house, how to record phone calls that happen, and the third one is how to have your phone recording with the screen off and nobody even knowing that it's like recording. And yeah, I really just hope that was useful for you in the future if you ever have like a negotiation going on and you need to quickly record something, or if you need to like set up a hidden camera in your house, or if you just need to record like phone calls that happen. So anyways, yeah, I hope that was super helpful. Hopefully it was. I don't know if it was or not. Anyways, that's it. I feel like I've been talking for too long now, so I am gonna go.